As you can see today, I don't have on very much makeup. I have on my concealer and my foundation, and that's pretty much all I have on so far. I usually try to do that off camera so that these videos aren't 2 hours long, but I wanted to do today a look of a jungle cat. So here is the picture of the lady that I found on the internet, and it's very simple, but it's cute. So I wanted to do this for you guys today simply because I have a blonde wig that I wanted to recreate this makeup look with. So here is the lady. The first things that I've used have been the Revolution cover stick. This is number F3. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I really like this. It's got real good coverage, and anytime I want to do like a costume type of look, or I want my makeup to just kind of, you know, be a full coverage makeup, I use this thing. I also use L'Oreal Face Perfecting Base. It's a primer. This is the primer that I use. I use this almost every day, and I have used E.L.F. 2-in-1. One end is white, and I don't know if this is picking that up very well, but one end is white and the other end is the color. And I have used the concealer end, but I'm getting ready to use the white end on something else. And that's all I've used on myself so far. So I will drop a link to everything in the description box so you guys can take a look at it and do whatever. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to apply, if I can find it in here, and I know it's here because I brought it in. Here it is. I'm going to apply E.L.F. This is a cream to powder blush. And I'm going to apply this on my cheeks. And I'm just going to get a little on my fingers. Grab my makeup mirror. And I'm just going to kind of touch my cheeks with it. Now I'm going to go over this with a powder. And you could skip this step if you want to. You don't have to do this, but I really like to do this when I'm going to be doing something that I'm going to be wearing for a while. And, you know, if you're going to be wearing this if you're going to a costume party or anything like that, or you want to just do a fun makeup for, you know, for Halloween, then this is something, you know, you might want to do because it does make it stay on just a little bit longer. The next thing that I'm going to do after I've done that is I'm going to take a little bit of CoverGirl. This, I can't read it, I don't have my glasses on, but this is just a translucent loose powder. Whoops, I just got that all over my desk. And I usually just put a little bit in the lid, right like that. Then I'm going to take my big Kabuki brush and I'm going to just douse my face with it. I'm just putting a little bit because I'm going to go back over this with something else, but I wanted to set those cheeks down and get that set really well before I used my Wet n Wild bronzer. And I'm going to use that same Kabuki brush, or you can use another one if you want to. I usually use my Kabuki brush for my face powder, but today I've got it handy, so I'm just going to go on my cheeks with it. So, and I'm going to kind of go over the bridge of my nose just a little bit and right up in there. And this is just going to give me a little bit of a tawny, golden look. I'm going to go right up here on my forehead with it. So, there we go. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I am actually going to take my Tarte palette here. And this palette is, I don't know what the name of this one is, but the color is Super Moon. It's going to be this color right here and this color right here. And I chose this color simply because it's light and I'm going to use it as a highlighter on my cheeks. So you can use any light color. I picked this one specifically because it's matte. It doesn't have a lot of shine or shimmer in it, and this lady looks very matte. So I'm going to go like right in here, and I just used a little bit on my fingers to lighten and highlight that area right in there. And I'm going to do the same thing on both cheeks, just to lighten that up just a little bit. And there we go. I'm going to also use a little bit of that, like right here on my chin. And a little bit on the bridge of my nose. So I'm just using my fingers to apply this. You can certainly use a cosmetic brush if you want to. I'm going to be doing a lot of my application today with just my fingers, simply because I want to try a couple of new techniques, and I'm going to use my fingers and see how that works. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my E.L.F. white, and I'm going to go underneath my eyes with it right here. Now I'm applying much more of this than I normally do because I want to really lighten that up around my eyes and in the corner. I normally don't apply this much of this product under my eyes, but today I am actually going to, because I think with a costume look you have to be extreme, and you have to not be afraid of the color. You know, if you're gonna for instance dress up like a jungle cat, you need to be bold enough to actually look like one. So the next thing I'm going to do with this white is I'm going to get a little bit more on my wand, and I'm going to go on my top lip with this, because this is where she really has that cat look. Well, got that on my cheek, so I'm going to blend that out. But let me get this here first. So she's really lightened this area in here quite a bit. Now, when I'm finished with this, I'm probably going to look like an old cat rather than a young one. But I am an old cat, so that's okay. Meow. So I'm actually putting quite a bit of the product on my face. You know, because I really want this to look extreme. So I'm just using a little patting motion to tap it in. I hope y'all can see this. There's a challenge with doing this when you're old and can't see what you're doing without your glasses. I want to put just a little bit more of this, just a touch right on the bridge of my nose, and lighten that up just a little bit. So I think this is going to be my last use of the white for now. So I'm just tapping that in on the bridge of my nose, and here's the look so far. And I forgot to tell you guys, I've already done my brows too. I went ahead and did that off camera, so that would be one less thing that I would have to do. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Rose is in the Air palette. And I chose the Wet n Wild because most of the shadows that I have in here are matte, and she doesn't have a lot of shine or shimmer on her. So I'm going to be using this lighter color right here. There's not much of it left, so I'm going to just dig down in there and get just a bit of it on my fingers. I'm going right up here at my orbital bone. I always want to call that the occipital bone. On my orbital bone, and just kind of do a little bit right in there. Not a lot, just a bit. Now, I can't really tell from looking at the picture whether or not the lady has what type of exact color she's got on her eyes. So I'm going to do a really tawny type of look. I'm going to use this rust color here. This one right here. And you can use any rust color. You don't have to get this palette. I mean, you can use what you got on hand. So I'm going to just kind of touch this on my lid. I'm not using a lot, just a little bit that I got on my fingers, and I'm just going to touch that on. Back in the day, I used to apply a lot of my makeup with my fingers, and I kind of got into doing brushes, but today I just wanted to try something different because it kind of keeps you sharp. in your makeup applying skills and in your, you know, any type of skill that you can do that's a little different to keep your brain sharp and to keep, you know, just to keep me up to date on some newer techniques. Now, one thing I want you to notice is when I'm applying makeup around my eyes, I'm using my ring finger and just kind of blending it like that. And the reason I'm using my ring finger is because that's the weakest finger, and it won't pull your eye nearly as badly as using one of your other stronger fingers, or at least that's what they told me in makeup school when back in the day. So the next one I'm going to use is I'm going to be using this dark brown right here, and I'm just going to apply. I'm getting a little bit on my finger. I'm just going to apply it at the corner. I'm not going to use much. I'm just going to kind of touch that right there, just a bit to darken that down and to just blend it in, to kind of give it a bit of a, just a bit of a, you know, deepened look there at the corner of my eye. And I'm telling you, I have not used my fingers to do this in years, and this is proving to be just a bit of a challenge to me, but I'm going to persevere with this, and I'm going to succeed eventually. So y'all bear with me. I'll be right back. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use this white eyeliner, and I'm going to line my eyes, my lower lids, with this. So let's try this. And if you'll notice, hers goes down to a point here, and then it's on the waterline as well. So here we go. This is going to be a little bit of a trick for me, so bear with me here. I'm going to try to stay in the frame as much as I can. I'm going to say I really am not a fan of the waterline eye. I really like the look of it, but I don't like to do this on myself very often because it makes my eyes water. But I'm going to do it today. This is Black Wet n Wild. Now, what I just used was NYX, and it's just a white retractable eyeliner. You can buy these in a pencil as well, and I dare say I think a pencil might work a little bit better, but I didn't have one, so I didn't want to go buy another one. So I already bought some other stuff for this, so I didn't want to spend money on something I might not use again. So I'm going to just simply go in and line my upper eyelid with this. Okay, I'm back. So I did end up using a little bit of this liquid liner underneath after I did the pencil because I wanted to define it just a little bit more. So I did that off camera, but I just picked this up at the Dollar Tree, LA Color liquid eyeliner. If you're not used to working with a little brush like that, let me tell you, that is quite the challenge. I wasn't able to get as fine of a line as she did because, you know, as you get older, it just skips, you know, because you have those wrinkles under your eyes. But going to go on to the nose now, and going to attempt that. Now, it looks like she's got the bottom of her nose with black. So I am using a pencil for this. I may go over it with that liquid liner, but I'm just going to draw that in like that. And I'm going all around the bottom of my nose. Now I'm going kind of on the exterior portion of my nostril. And honestly, my nose is not as dainty as that lady's, so. And it's bigger, so probably not going to look like hers. I'm going to have to do the rest of this off camera. I'll be right back. She has her upper lip outlined with black. I'm going to use the same black eyeliner pencil to do my lip. So here we go. Now, there's the outline. And she has hers that just kind of go up just a little bit on the ends. I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll be right back. The biggest challenge in doing makeup, costume makeup, as you get older is there's so many wrinkles. So my lines are much heavier than hers simply because my face is more wrinkled than hers. And it's hard to get those little tiny lines when your skin is, when you're trying to stretch your skin like this to get it done. The last thing she's done is she's got these little dots right here to indicate where her whiskers are. So I'm going to put me on some whiskers. So there we have it. This black eyeliner is getting on my lower lip, so don't do what I did when I was just doing this and press your lips together because you're going to have a mess. So I'm using a nude eyeliner, and I'm going to use that on my bottom lip, and then I'm going to put a little bit of lipstick over the top of it. And I'm going to use Nudie Patootie Liquid Catsuit and just kind of use this on here. Now, it took every fiber of my being to not press my lips together because that is just force of habit for me. But I didn't, and I'm just going to dry my lips down just a bit, and then when I come back, I'm going to have on the wig, and I want you guys to tell me what you think about this look. I think it's fun. Okay, so here I am in my long blonde wig. I actually did a wig review on this wig a couple of weeks ago. It's the wig by Vigorous, and I think this wig is just a cute little wig. It would be great for Halloween or for cosplay or any kind of thing like that, or if you just wanted a fun look. This little blonde wig is just cute. So here I am with my little leopard ears on, and I really like the looks of this. I think it's cute. I think it's something that I'm probably going to be wearing if I ever have to go to a costume party, or if I want to just have a fun day with my grandkids, or do something, you know, just do something a little bit different, which requires a little bit of a costume fun look. So here is my take on the Jungle Cat. So you guys have a great day. Don't scratch anybody today now. God bless. Maranatha.